these. I don't know why I don't do more, but today's going to be a Q&A video where you guys send in your questions and I just kind of answer candidly and honestly. So I did this on my Instagram, so if you're not following on Instagram, it's just at MattyTingles. I'm on there every day, so go follow there. But we got a bunch of responses, and I'm just going to go through them and answer as honestly as I can. So I guess I'll put them like maybe up here, I think. So let's get right into it though. I'm excited. Alright, here we go. First one. Let's see here. Matthew Buffoni. When does the album come out? So if you don't know yet, I'm making an album. It'll actually be my 9th album. But probably the first one that you guys have heard, like, you'll see. When does it come out? I don't know yet. It is 90% done, I'll say. So, very excited, but there's a lot of planning and a lot of stuff you gotta do. You can't just make the album and put it out, unless you're like, Beyonce. So we have to figure out a rollout and promo it and everything. So still a lot to do, but sometime soon. I would say at the latest this summer, but it's almost done. I'll just say that. And if you don't know, go look up Matty Immortal. The word is immortal, with Matty on all your social platforms, on all your streaming platforms. That's my last album. Okay, here we go. Next. JSNJRC, favorite childhood memory in high school. That's really hard. You know what? I have a lot of memories from high school. I was on the side of like, I really enjoyed high school. I know it's hard for a lot of people, but like I'm such a social person. I'm at my best when I'm around people. So high school was a dream for me. I played 2 sports. I was just really involved socially with everything. Favorite memory. A lot of memories in sports for sure. Like state playoffs and stuff. You know what I would say? Maybe, I don't know why this just popped into my head, but maybe the first day I went to school after I got my license. So like sophomore year, I think. That was a big day. I remember being so excited to drive a car by myself, and like take friends to lunch and just have that freedom. It was a big milestone. So I'll just go with that. All right, next. Oh my gosh, I knew this would be in here. Tough. Okay, so this is from C4WM. Top 5 albums of all time. Okay, this is impossible, of course, so I'm just gonna name 5 off the top of my head that I know that I love. I'm not saying, because they said top 5, like meaning, I'm assuming they're meaning top 5 best. I'm just gonna go favorite because best is so difficult to do. So just 5 that I love. I love My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye. I love Camp by Childish Gambino. I love All Love Lost, Joe Budden. I love what's the Ed Sheeran album? The blue one. Is that Divide? Multiply? Whatever the blue one is. That starts with Eraser. I love that album. How many is that? That's 4, I think. And I'll just go with the Dear Nansen cast recording. There we go. I'm not saying those are the top 5 best. Those are just 5 I love. Okay, here we go. Next. What's the dream, or are you living it currently? Love you, brother, from Casey Kitchen. That's a great question, actually. I really like that. So dreams are really interesting because if I look back 7, 8, 9 years ago, I'm definitely living my dream. Like being able to make a living, being creative, and making things is definitely the dream. So I'll say that, yes, I'm currently living in my dream scenario for sure. But I think once you get there, dreams change. So now, there's a lot of things I want to do. But yeah, I'll say yes, I'm living the dream for me. Like, if you would have told me that I would have had a YouTube career for 8 years, there's no way, so, sure, yeah, I'll say yes, and that's because of you guys, so thank you. Okay, next. From Lily is Bread 23. I need to know the pair of shoes that started it all in the collection. Ooh, I know this. I actually know this. Okay, I don't know what year this is, but I'm gonna guess it was 7th grade. 6th or 7th grade. We were doing, I was on a traveling basketball tournament team. So we would travel pretty much every weekend and play in tournaments. And I remember we went, my mom and I went to like a Finish Line or a Foot Locker. I think it was Finish Line actually. And I remember I really wanted the Nike Hyperflights. I've talked about those before. Look them up. They're all patent leather, really cool. The Nike Hyperflights. And I remember going, okay, that's what I want for this season. That's it. So we get those, and then I remember my mom saying like, hey, you can get one more. And I was like, what? Like, growing up was not indulgent at all. Like, my parents were not spenders. They were just, get what you need. So I was like blown away. So I remember I got the Vince Carter Nike Shocks as well, same day. So I had 2, and that's never happened before. And I remember getting home and taking them out of the box, and I had 2 pairs at the same time. And I was like, this is unbelievable. That's what started it. I remember that kind of turning point in my brain of like, I like looking at these. I like knowing about them. So that's when. Great question, actually. From Jaden Dory, where do you see yourself in another 5 years, and what is your main goal at the moment? 5 years would be 2029. Oh my gosh. I don't know. that changes all the time. My interests change. The people in my life change. Main goal right now is to continue to make these videos, continue to have the channel to grow, continue to help people sleep and relax, and just make great things. I think this album that I'm making is album of the year. It's really, really, really good. I'm very excited for you guys to hear it. Just to continually be creative and make things. That's at the end of the day what I want. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know. Hopefully married, maybe. I would love to get married. Just gotta meet the right person. Maybe living in New York. That's also always been the goal. So, yeah, I'll say those. 5 years, definitely 1 million subscribers on this channel. For sure. From Hayden Thomas, if you could travel and visit a place for a year, where would it be and why? I would say New York, for sure. New York's my favorite place I've ever been to. I've been to 24 states, I think. I've been to like 4 or 5 countries. But New York's my favorite, and I would love to live there for a year. It's just the best. The energy in that city is my favorite. It's just a creative's playground, if you will. It's just, if you're a creative person, that's where you gotta be. I love that question. Next, from Rebecca's ASMR. Shout out to Rebecca's ASMR. Go subscribe her, she's great. How do you grow your sneaker collection? Any tips or tricks to offer an aspiring sneakerhead? She does have some heat over there now. Okay. Well, okay, so my advice is kind of cheating because first of all, I would say live in Oregon. Just because Nike is here, and you would probably have friends or people that you know who work there, and that's how I've gotten a lot of my sneakers, is just having friends there and being able to get passes into the employee store and stuff where things are 70% off. Other than that, make a list of like 10 bucket list sneakers that you want and just start crossing them off. Start saving up. I've definitely like sold sneakers and traded up to get things. Like I think I sold 2 or 3 pairs of Jordans that I had. So I had 3 pairs of Jordans. Let's say I sold those and used that money of those 3 to get like a Travis Scott. You know what I mean? So that's really it. Just know your bucket list sneakers and start crossing them off. And if that means selling some, if that means saving up, if that means whatever, that's what I do. So shout out to Rebecca's. All right, Ghost and Ashes. What cologne do you use? Great question. So I kind of switch it up. I use some basically every day unless I'm not going anywhere. But I always put some on even if I'm just going to the grocery store. You never know who you're gonna see. So right now it's the Chanel. Oh, what is that called? It's the navy blue bottle. It's just Chanel. I don't know if there's a name. And then before that, I was doing the YSL, the black bottle. But I definitely switch it up, probably every month or so. But right now, it's that Chanel. I love that one for daily use. All right, next from _LaPointe_95. What do you drive? So I currently have a 2023 Tesla Y. It's all black, just all black everything, and then with the white interior, it's like an Oreo kind of. And yeah, it's my favorite car I've ever had. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Okay, next from Ramirez_2350. Did you ever get stage fright when you performed? If so, what did you do to get over it? Oh, I love this question. Okay, so I think let's see. So I did music for about 8 or 9 years, and in the peak of that, I did. I think in like 2014. Yeah, 2014. I did almost 100 shows that year, which is crazy. That's like one every 3 something days. But I was really grinding. I did tours. And some of the shows there were 50 people, and then some of the shows there were 2,500 people. Yeah, for sure I got stage fright. I wouldn't call it stage fright though. I would call it anxiousness of just like, if you've performed in any realm, you'll know this, but you're really anxious and nervous until the second you set foot on that stage. Then you feel the energy of everyone, and it just completely melts away, at least for me. So, how did I get over that? I just remembered that. I just remember, like, I feel nervous right now and anxious, but I know as soon as I step foot on that stage, it's gone, and we're putting on a great show. So, yeah, I would say, just knowing that, and that's just from experience. All right, next, JC_Osorio_97. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. What are your top goals for 2024? Outside of creative stuff, like I want to put the album out. I want to tour. I want to continue to grow this channel and make great content here. I also have a podcast. I just have, a million things going. But my goal for this year, outside of all of that, is to find a balance in work and social life. It's really, really difficult. I think every creative or creator that I know struggles with that. And so I really want to find a balance or a schedule of like, I want to continue to grow, but also I want to have time for friendships and relationships, which is really difficult. Next, if you weren't from Tyler Scheibenhofer, if you weren't an ASMR artist or a music creator, what would your job be from Tyler? This is a great question. So I've had a lot of jobs before YouTube. Like I worked at Apple, you guys know that. I worked at a mortgage company. I worked at clothing stores. I worked at a grocery store when I was really young. I've had a lot of jobs. I think though that if I wasn't doing YouTube or music, it would still have to be something creative. That's kind of what feeds me, feeds my soul, if you will. So living in Oregon, honestly, if all this went away, I would probably try to get a job at Nike in some sort of creative position, whether that be social media or design or something in that realm. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. All right, next one. Let's see here. It says from 132_fanboy. Where did you get your album art cover? Where did you get the art for your album covers, especially Immortal? I've always wondered. Great question. Let's see. Immortal was done by a creator in Portland named Caso De Niro. I think his real name's Alex. Shout out to Alex. And he's just an incredible graphic designer. He does stuff. I think he does stuff for the Blazers, for Portland Trail Blazers. Like, he's him in Portland. So I just met him through people, and he killed it. That Immortal artwork is incredible. So great question. I like that one. All right, next from nryan.t. How long does it take to make a role play video? It must take hours for this recording. No. Okay, this is interesting because so I can only speak for me, okay? Because I know everyone's process is different, of course. For me, it's not that long. I have been doing this long enough to where I know what I need, and so, like, for instance, if I'm doing a 25-minute video, I probably have 26 minutes of footage. And I know that sounds crazy because I know people who, for a 25-minute video, do 3 hours of footage. I just have gotten this down to a science of where I know exactly what I need, and in my head, as I'm filming, I'm kind of editing it. So I'm like, okay, I did that. I'm gonna cut there. I know as I'm filming. So it's not that long, unless it's like, you know, I think the Moana video took a couple hours. The Russell video, you know, the more props and the more green screen and the more interactive and things, it takes longer. But let's say like a flight attendant video, if it's a 30-minute video, it probably took me 40 minutes maybe. So it's not that crazy, at least for me, of course. Let's see, Harry Railton. What's been the hardest thing about being a creator? So I think for the first few years, it's changed, of course, but for the first few years, it was the trolls and the hate comments. You know, I do a pretty good job now of filtering that stuff out, and I've blocked thousands of people. But yeah, it's when you first start out, it's hard for that not to get to you. You know, you in comments, you hear and see the absolute worst things possible ever that could ever be said to you. You know, I still get death threats almost daily. So, but after a while, you know, you grow thicker skin and you just start understanding the psychology of it, and that stuff doesn't bother me anymore. Now, I would say the hardest part is it's so isolating. Like even right now, right? Like I'm shooting this video by myself in my house. I can't have people over while I do this. It's just, this job is extremely isolating. I think any creative would tell you that, creator. And so that's the hardest part because I'm on one hand, I'm making, I think, great things and helping a lot of people. On the other hand, I'm at my absolute best when I'm around people, and at my absolute worst when I'm not around people. So it's a really tough balance. But yeah, I would say that. All right, next, here we go. Michael Correa. How have you been feeling lately? Man, first of all, thank you for asking. That's I don't really get asked that. So that's very nice. Thank you. I'm feeling okay. I'm sure if you guys have followed on social media, you'll know I've had some health stuff this year and continue to have some health stuff this year, and that really takes a toll. So, when I'm on days that I'm feeling better, I film like today. Days that I don't, there's some days it's really hard to get out of bed some days. So, right now though, I'm feeling pretty good. So thank you for asking. Bruins for Life 33. What is your favorite video game and your favorite overall video game series? Ooh. Okay. Favorite video game right now is Halo Infinite. I've been playing a lot of Halo. Favorite game of all time has to be Fortnite, I guess. Just the amount of time I've spent on it and the years that I've played it. My favorite series, though, is God of War, and I don't even think it's close. I have beaten every God of War ever made, even the ones on the PSP, the little handheld. There's 2, I think, that were on PSP. I even beat those. So, yeah, God of War is by far my favorite series. From Carter L. Ringer, how did you get to where you are now? Is YouTube the only job you have? Okay, 2 questions. 1, how did you get to where I am now? Luck and hard work. That's it. I got really lucky that I got into ASMR when I did, and a couple videos really went off, and I just haven't stopped. And that's just hard work. It's the classic, when be prepared for when something takes off, and I was. So, what was the second part of the question? Is YouTube the only job you have now? Yeah. I've been full-time creator for 8 years now. Just under 8 years. And, under that umbrella, there's a lot, right? I have 3 YouTube channels. I have a TikTok, all the social medias. I have a podcast. I have music. It's a lot under that umbrella. But, yeah, I don't have, a 9 to 5. Let's see. Andrew Humbert, 56. Who are your top 5 or top 10 or 10 rappers of all time? Oh, no. Okay. This is an impossible list because, for a few reasons. 1, again, I don't know if you're talking favorite or best, because that's 2 different things. And 2, different demographics just don't agree. I'm sure my list, if you're 13 years old watching this, you probably never even heard of them, right? I think a lot of you guys are like, Utopia's the greatest album ever, kind of thing, which is fine. That's, but Utopia's not in my top 500 albums. You know what I mean? So it's all subjective. And then also, are we talking overall just best at rapping, just at rapping, or are we talking rapper career, classic albums, awards? It's a lot goes into it. If we're going best rappers ever just at rapping, strictly just putting words together and rapping, it's Eminem, it's Jay-Z, it's Nas, it's Royce the 5'9", it's Crooked Eye, it's Black Thought, it's Wayne, it's who am I missing? It's Joe Budden, it's Joel Ortiz, it's Fabulous, it's that's at rapping. Now, a lot of those people aren't on the list if we're talking career and we're again, and awards and acclaim, right? Because then you're in the, if you're talking careers, then you're talking the Drakes, you're talking the M still, the J. I'm sure I'm missing people. Kanye, 50 Cent, like, that changes. So, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. But I hope I answered, kind of. Alright, Ben.cook57, how long have you been doing ASMR? Love the vids. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. I think I made my channel in 2015. But I don't think there's any videos from 2015. Maybe there is. But I would say 2016. So that's 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. From Friendsin, FRNDZN. I don't know how to say your name. Sorry. Do you have certain days you film plan videos? Okay, great question. Okay, so for planning videos, it's all the time. It's constant, 24/7. I'm always writing video ideas down, and then it's buying props or getting things ready. You know, like even for this video, like it probably doesn't seem like anything to you, but it takes time to like go through all the questions and screenshot and crop and put them here, and this is a fairly simple video, you know. So certain days though, not really. It's just like I said earlier, it's when I'm feeling like it or out of necessity, like if I have a deadline with a sponsor or things like that. But for the most part, no, I don't have like certain filming days. Alright, next, here we go. Angus Van Hosen. Least favorite part of making ASMR. Don't say you don't have one. Least favorite part. You know what? I would say, like, most of the YouTubers I watch that aren't ASMR are like vlogging, you know. It's probably that. It's that I have to whisper or be soft-spoken, which, like, is fine. Obviously, I've been doing it for years, but I don't think that you really can get people's personality. I try to show as much as I can, of course, but like, you know, vlogging, I wish I could do vlogs full time as well. You know what I mean? And like, I have a vlog channel. I think we're almost to 50,000 subscribers there, so like, it's good. But I love making those videos too, because I can be myself, which is like the opposite of ASMR. Like, I'm like loud, you know. So I would say that. I would say I'm always jealous of creators who can just be loud. I'll just go with that. From Drew Miller, what's your favorite song from your favorite album from your favorite artist? What's your favorite song from your favorite album? Okay, so this is pretty simple. Favorite artist, Kanye. Favorite album from Kanye is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Favorite song on that album is All of the Lights. That's my favorite song of all time. I even have, I don't know if you can tell, but this says All of the Lights. I have it tatted on me. And it's just, I love that song, of course. But really, it just takes me back and reminds me of a certain specific time in my life that was really important to me. So, great question, though. I like that. Carter_1137. What's your favorite video you ever filmed? You know what? I really like that Maui one from Moana. I really, really like that. And you know what else I really liked? Okay, so there's a video I made that completely flopped. I think it was like the lowest viewed video of that year. But I think it's so cool. And that was the ASMR artist read nice tweets thing. It did so bad, and I had like a bunch of ASMR friends do it, and it was really cool. And I think it turned out so good. And it just completely flopped, but that's how it goes. JBacker27, how many total shoes do you have in your collection? I don't know. I I would probably say like 250, 300 or so. It's probably around there. Luke's 1229. Do you actually love barbecue sauce like you said in the fridge video? Did I say that? Yeah, I love barbecue sauce. Of course, I could put that on almost anything. From Noah J. .11. When do you plan on retiring? I don't. Of course, nothing lasts forever. So, but I plan on doing this as long as I can, as long as you guys want to watch. Yeah, I'm going to do this as long as I can. From R._N. Who's winning in a fight, silverback gorilla or grizzly bear? I don't know. I'll go grizzly bear. Grizzly bears are crazy. I know silverbacks are too, but I don't know if you guys know how big a grizzly bear is. I'm going grizzly bear, and it's not even close. Round one. Alright, from _Isaac.SG_ top 3 basketball players. Ooh. I'm gonna guess he means ever. So I have LeBron at 1. I have Michael at 2. So my list is weird because I'm going off playing basketball. I'm not going off titles and career, because it would be Wilt or Bill Russell. If we're going off that, Bill Russell or Wilt, I'm going off players. So I got Braun, I got Jordan, I got maybe Kobe, I got Shaq really high. Yeah, and if we want to go in the league right now, I hate to say this because I cannot stand anyone on Denver, but it's probably Jokic, it's probably Embiid, it's probably, I think Steph is still there. I have Steph in my top 10 all time. Yeah, I'll just go those 3. A lot of great players right now. From Chubbs_909. That's funny, these are back-to-back. Kobe or LeBron, who's better? So, I want to preface this with, I love Kobe, and I think, like I just said, I had him at 3 all time. I think Braun is a better overall player, though. I think Kobe is definitely better at certain things than LeBron, of course. But LeBron's all-time scorer, but then also he's top? Isn't he top like 6? I think 6 or 7 in assists as well. Like, I think his game is more balanced. I think he makes everyone around him better. I don't think Kobe made everyone around him better. I think Kobe was just an all-time great GOAT player. Does that make sense? So, I got Braun, but Kobe's right there. Shout out to Kobe. Levi_Dot. What was the first ASMR you ever watched? Ooh, love this question. I was just watching their videos earlier. So the first ASMR video I ever saw was by Amal. Go check her out. She is an OG of OGs. And she's still making great content. So shout out to Amal. Just one of the greats. And I think it was 2012, if you can believe that, 12 years ago. And I don't know why it popped up, but she did a librarian video where, this is like lo-fi on her phone, I'm guessing. Like, no mic, probably, no lights, no production. And that's what really got me in ASMR, that video. That was the first one I ever saw. So, shout out to Amal. Go. EZZZ_Josh. When is your next meet and greet? Ooh, okay. I don't know. With this album, I would love to do a tour. So, maybe on tour. But, as far as like a planned one, I don't know. from Hugo. I don't know how to say your name. I'll just say from Hugo. Just had my first kiss yesterday. Hey, let's go. Just had my first kiss yesterday, so I saw this and was wondering, what was your first kiss? Much love. First of all, congrats. I don't know anything about you, but congrats. So my first kiss, I remember. What grade was that? I was definitely in elementary school. I'm gonna say second grade. Yeah, it had to be. It was first or second grade, and it was with a girl named Marissa. And I think why was I at her house? I think her mom was like babysitting me after school. That's my guess. And they had a big backyard, and I remember Marissa and I were just like playing outside or whatever, and they had these big trees. They're more like big bush, like 10 feet tall bush things that you could go behind and like no one could see you. And we would always make forts and stuff back there. And we were back there, and I think we just were like, hey, I don't know what this is. We see it on movies or whatever. And that was it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Or shout out to Marissa if you see this. Alright, Garrison with 15 underscores. Matty, brother, who you got winning the finals this year, and why is it the Celtics in 4? Ooh, okay. Celtics look real good. I won't lie. Celtics look real good. I'll always say Lakers. I'm just biased. I'll always say Lakers. Realistically, though, it's gonna be really hard for anyone to beat Denver. Philly was there for a while, but Embiid out for this long, probably not. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Boston, Denver. I'll just go with that. Alright, Christos underscore Mar underscore 08. What's the best gift you can get for Valentine's Day, in your opinion? You can get for Valentine's Day. So I've done a lot of Valentine's Days. And, you know, it just depends on the person. So, like, for me, like, I've gotten flowers and candy and all of that stuff. Like, all of that's great. But for me, it's just time. Like, just spend time with me. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go do something. Or we could just stay in and do something. But it's just give me time. Give me your time. That's ultimately the best always. Outlaw Julian 2829. Do you still plan on making music and ASMR in the future? Love the videos. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely plan on. Like I said, I'm not stopping. This is my 8th, almost 9th year of doing this, and I don't even feel like I've gotten started yet. So, to answer your question, yeah, I think a lot of people have asked, like, if you go do music, are you still gonna make ASMR videos? Of course, yes. This MattyTingles brand channel is always my top priority. It's my job, and I still love doing it. So even if music takes off for some reason, and this will always be my priority. So the answer is yes. Tommy Burns, thoughts on Vultures? I liked it a lot. Vultures is Kanye's new album with that $. Okay, here's my take. The first 6, because I think it's 17 songs, I think, or something. The first 5 or 6 are great. Then there's a few I don't really like, and then the last 6 are incredible. Just so good. The production on that album is off the charts. So yeah, I like it a lot. Next, from the Freewheelin' Max K. What's your favorite bar you've ever written? Hope you're good, bro, and thanks for the videos. Ooh. Okay, my favorite bar I've ever written is on this new album, so you have to wait and see. Besides the new album, I think the best song I've ever made is called Did It Alone, which is on the Immortal album, which is, on Spotify, Apple Music. connections with incredible people that I love. Some of my best friends are either ASMR creators or other kinds of creators. So yes, being a creator has brought in a lot of great people. The bad is it's definitely ended relationships. It's not for everybody. I've had relationships where maybe they weren't ready to deal with comments that they would see, or I don't think I'm like on the scale of famous, like I'm known, of course, like people know who I am, but I'm not like celebrity famous. And even the level that I'm at, some people aren't ready for that and don't like it. So good and bad, both. Yeah, definitely both. From Braden.eng, when's the last time you went to the therapist? Last Wednesday. I go every other Wednesday or Tuesday, one or the other. But yeah, I go twice a month, and it's normally the highlight of my month. From Callum_Ross08, what do you find joy out of most doing ASMR? Helping people. It's always been that from day one. It's seeing comments of this really helped. I get comments of like I was feeling really anxious, or I had a really bad day and stuff like that, and your videos help. That's ultimately it for me. That's where it's at. That's what keeps me going. From Brayden again, what's your favorite Fortnite streamer? Oh, there's a lot of them. Can't go wrong with Ninja, of course. Shout out to Cypher as well. I would say the person I watch most, shout out to my guy Courage JD. I think it's just extremely entertaining, very good at the game, and that's my guy. So shout out Courage. Yeah, I'll go Courage for that. And by the way, just a little teaser. There may be a bar on the album I'm working on about Courage. It's fire. And next, from Dara_Flanagan7, your journey from 9-to-5 job to full-time YouTuber. Oh, that's a good question. So the last job that I had, my last 9-to-5 job that I had, was at a mortgage company. So I was helping people buy homes. And YouTube, while I was there, YouTube was starting to take off. And so for about 6 months maybe, or a year, I was doing both. I was working 9-to-5 job, going home and making YouTube videos. And as soon as that started to take off and I started seeing a career being made, and then I quit that job. But it was a tough decision because it's not safe, but it's the best decision I ever made. From OMC Neil _ when is Matty Jr. entering the world? Woo, great question. This is the truth. I have had a couple close calls, a couple scares throughout the years with that, but ultimately it just got to be the right time with the right person. Who knows? I'll also add that, like, if it never happens, I'm probably okay with it. I have all of my close friends have kids, and those kids are incredible, and I love being around them. But I also hear and see the difficult part of it, and I don't know if that's for me. So that could change in a heartbeat if I met the right person, of course, and situation. But I don't know. I don't know. From La_Geeky1700, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? Who's your inspiration? By the way, love the videos. What made me want to start a YouTube channel? Watching people like Amal, watching people like all YouTubers. My favorite YouTuber of all time is Casey Neistat, and watching him inspired me to make more videos, of course. Every ASMR artist you can think of has inspired me at some point, I'm sure. So it's just ultimately where I'm at my best, is being creative. this is a really difficult question because I don't feel like I have yet. Like, which is funny because, you know, if you would have asked me 7 years ago to look at me now, I would go, oh, he made it. You know what I mean? But it's always changing for me. So it's very difficult for me to look back and really take in any form of success, just because I'm always trying to figure out what's next and where to go next. But I'm very proud of how far I've come, of course. I'm very, very proud of it. And, you know, it's became a big part of my life. So, thank you, Melanie. All right, LV, Sal G14, Messi or Ronaldo? I don't know. I'll go Messi, I guess. I don't know. I don't follow soccer that closely. I know who both of them are, but I don't know. Okay, last one. Here we go. From Leslie was here. Shout out to Leslie was here. What is your dream cast for a musical you would love to come true? Oh my God. This is such a good question. So obviously, this is tough. Okay, this is very difficult. I'm just gonna name my favorite people. Obviously, it would depend on what show and roles you need to fill, but you know, I gotta go with Jordan Fisher. That's my guy. Shout out to Jordan Fisher. Love him. Jordan Fisher, Ben Platt, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Philippa Sue, Annalise Ashford. I'm blanking. I mean, I love Gad Maserati. I saw him. Let's see here. Sarah La Rochelle. Love her. I'm blanking on so many people. Hugh Jackman is incredible. Sutton Foster is incredible. Jared Goldsmith, my guy, he was on the podcast. Josh Groban was great. Wait, who am I missing? Hold on. I would say, Anthony Rapp from Rent. He's incredible. Renee Rapp. There's so many, but I mean, it would of course depend on what show it is and what roles we're trying to fill. But those are some of my favorites. Okay, that's gonna. Oh my God, this is almost an hour long. Well, you guys sometimes ask for longer videos, so there you go. Thank you guys for this. This was actually really, really fun, and I hope that you guys liked this. And yeah, go follow on Instagram. Maybe we'll do one of these monthly or quarterly or something, because I really like this. It makes me feel more connected to you guys, and you know, I'm always trying to connect with the community and real people. So thank you guys, all the people that sent in questions, thank you, and everyone watching, thank you.